Getting ready. We are all set. We are up. We were chatting before, so we apologize for a little bit late. But you know what? Who cares? Because guess what? You can always watch us on replay. Good morning, everyone. It is Triumph Tuesday. This is Carol, so AKA Naughty Boss, live with two
Sisters. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0. You may see in the background that I have a new edition of something up here, and I guess it's got to show everyone.
Is it the purple thing? I see something purple.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
A pre-Thanksgiving by Gary's cousins that are coming over. It's a purple rose.
Oh.
In a globe filled with water, and it's supposed to last 3 months. So Gary,
it's a real rose.
yes.
How cool is that?
Isn't that beautiful?
That's absolutely beautiful. Where did they get
it? A big Y.
Oh my God, how pretty.
I was like, oh my God, like it's just so beautiful to look at. And Gary, of course, asked, well, what happens when it dies after 3 months? And Sylvia said, I don't know. And I said, well, I guess you could use it as a bowling ball down the hallway. But, I want to thank them. It's just absolutely beautiful.
That is so pretty. Be careful. Jan-Jan's got a little boo-boo in her Becky Who hippie who. We won't get into too much detail with that, but you know, she said, give me some cheese with that wine. And I said, oh, it's going to be dairy-free. So we started talking about stuff like that. So these are, you know, it's Triumph Tuesday. How do you triumph over that your week is already starting to derail with the holiday coming up? Shit happens, right? We always talk about shit happens. So, you know, as I've been telling everybody, I make multiple grocery, you know, trips for a holiday because I prefer to do it that way. I'm only focused on certain areas of the meal. And, you know, it doesn't matter whether I go 1 time or 4 times. I always still forget something. So anyways, John is off to pickleball because I've got pre-Thanksgiving festivities to get going with. So I gave him the list this time. And I said, there's only 4 things on it that I forgot. And I have a couple other things, but they're, you know, stuff, the personal stuff for me, like I use a certain hair product thingy, which I know he would be kind of clueless in that area. So I gave him 4 things: 2 dozen eggs, 2 dozen bacon, 2 things of chocolate hummus, and I already forgot what the other one was, but it's on the list. So hopefully, excuse me, hopefully he remembers it. So that will help me triumph over the piddly stuff that I forgot. How about you? What are you triumphing over?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure that I can adequately answer that. However, speaking of Thanksgiving and different things and prep and all that, you know, I've got the turkey in the refrigerator over at Poppy's side, and I looked at the turkey yesterday. It's a little over 15 pounds, 15 1/4, which is a good sized turkey.
Absolutely.
I have enough left over to make like a turkey soup. So sure. I always enjoy that. But I'm wondering, like, maybe I should call a 1-800 Butterball number because, like, I don't know what to do with this thing. Like, do I unpack it? Like, when do I take it out? Do I do it that morning? Like, how long does it gotta cook? Does it have a popper in it?
Okay, well, it should say, if it has a pop-up timer, it should say that. But you'll notice it'll be like a little red, it'll be like a white circle and then a red thing, which is the pop-up timer inside of this thing. It's usually on top, like near the breast area. Number 1. Number 2, are you stuffing the bird or not?
No, I don't.
Okay, so the rule of thumb is 18 to 20 minutes a pound, but yes, you want to, I am actually brining the turkey. So I'm going to be doing that 24 hours in advance. And not everyone has to do that. It's just a different way of making it. So what you want to do is you want to go to the tail end, the butt end, and you want to remove the giblets. You know, there'll be the turkey giblets, the liver, and there's like this other kind of looks like a bow. I think it's part of the throat. I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff.
I'm already not liking this Thanksgiving prep shit.
It's
That's
a bunch of little, a bunch of little stuff in a bag. So there's a little bag, and I think that's the giblets. And then there's this, it almost looks like a pipe. And I think it's part of, I don't really know. I'm so sorry. I don't know, but it's just a bunch of junk in the trunk of the turkey that needs to be removed. And you want to make sure that you do that.
Why the hell? Why the heck did they leave that in there? Like, that's gross.
I think it's, I don't know. It's like you're identifying with your parts and you don't want to let go of them. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, you want to make sure those are removed. Then you want to rinse out the turkey inside and out. You want to pat it dry. And then I've been using plant-based butter. Some people use olive oil. Some people use avocado oil with garlic, whatever it is. And you want to just kind of like, you're giving the turkey a massage. You just like, it's all over the place, right? You're just, putting that on there. I like to use the plant-based butter, obviously, because it's dairy-free, but also it's just easier to pat on and just kind of spread, almost like, it's like pudding. So you're smearing that all up. Then I add the spices. You may want to maybe put a few garlic cloves underneath the skin, some Italian seasoning, a little onion powder, whatever seasonings that you like. And you just kind of just do all that. And usually the rule of thumb, if you're not stuffing it, is about 18 to 20 minutes a pound. So you just, obviously, if it's 15 pounds, you also, I like to tend to go like 30 minutes under, because when you pull it out, it has to rest for 30 minutes before you carve it. So you don't want to take it out of the oven and start carving right away. It's called resting. So you want to let it rest for 30 minutes and then you carve it. So it's still kind of cooking when it's in that resting stage, because you got to remember, you're doing it at 325, 350. Now, some people like to go to a really hot oven for the first 20 minutes to brown it, which you can do that like 20 to 30 minutes, get it a little bit crispy, and then lightly tent it. You don't have to like seal it, but lightly tent it with some aluminum foil. Most turkeys today are self-basting, so you don't have to, the old remember mommy with the whole baster doohickey thing. You don't necessarily have to do that. Some people still like to do it. I don't do it because I'm brining the turkey, so it's automatically already filled with some good spices and juices. But really, it's really what kind of flavor that you want to bring out in that turkey. And then I obviously, 20, no more than 20 minutes a pound if it's, and usually the directions are right on it as well. But I usually go 18 to 20 minutes, not stuffed. Go a little bit longer, maybe 20 to 22 minutes, 23 minutes if it's stuffed. And for those that, like to stuff a turkey, years ago, I can't even remember, this has got to be probably a good 20, 25 years ago. Because I can still remember this day when we were little, when dad and mom would take the turkey out of the oven, they just constantly scooping and scooping and scooping, trying to get that stuffing out. Because there is a different flavor and moisture with stuffed turkey, meaning that particular stuffing is moister than is if you put it in the pan. But I found another way to make it a little bit moister to help with that. But what I do, which Aunt Pat told me what to do, and this was, I want to say, a good 20, 25 years ago, is you take cheesecloth. A cheesecloth you can get in any grocery store, any material store, Walmart or whatever, and it basically almost looks like a netting. It's a very thin, they call it, I don't know why they call it cheesecloth. I don't think it looks like cheese per se, but I don't really know. But it's a very thin material, almost like netted, that you could see through. So what I do is I get a big piece of it and I tie a big knot in a ball and I put that inside the turkey and then I open it up. Then I stuff the turkey with all the stuffing. Then I tie a knot and then a big apple at the end. So when the turkey's done, instead of doing all the scooping like mommy and daddy used to do, I take the knot and I just pull out the whole stuffing inside the turkey in one slew pull. So there's no scraping, there's no stuffing left inside the turkey. You just pull it right out, put it in a bowl, cut open the cheesecloth, plop it in there, and boom. It's such good stuffing, but you don't have to do that. Ways to keep stuffing moist, like if it's inside the bird, I tend to use a little extra vegetable broth with that, and you make sure that it's maybe about the size of it, probably about an inch in the bottom of the pan of the stuffing, and then I seal it. What I've been doing is I like the aluminum pans that have the aluminum covers that you don't have to clean, and they seal really nicely. And that steams up within the pan and also gives that really nice moisture but a nice flavor moisture to the stuffing. So yeah, you're going to be fine. Just read the directions. And again, there's, you want to make sure you really get the legs lubed up with whatever you're using, whether it's olive oil. You have olive oil, plant-based butter works well. And then just after you do that, get some of that flavor inside, like underneath the skin. Maybe put some garlic, spray it with some, sprinkle some seasoned, maybe Himalaya salt, maybe some crushed garlic, whatever you want. And then just, plop it in the oven. But the good thing about it is, as we were talking about the other day, the ovens are hotter today than they were when our parents, when we were young. And I like verbatim remember like mommy getting up they were up at like 4 a.m. I can remember smelling the chopped celery, the onions. They were getting ready to make these sausage stuffing. I've changed. I still use mommy's recipe, but I add more of an Italian flavor. I would say I use the sausage. I peel apples, chop those up in there, and dried cranberries. Some people put walnuts in there. I obviously have to stay away from nuts and seeds, so I'm not going to be doing that. But there's just that goodness about those flavors of fall.
It sounds very complicated to me. God, I'm not looking forward to this. I mean,
we can do it together.
Yeah, it 1-800-Butterball. I see that coming, but you know what? It'll be nice because think of the gathering, and that's what I'm thinking of. I kind of overdo it with the oh shit, I gotta cook. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. But I'll be fine, it'll all work out. So
sure will. I mean, like I said, the directions are right there, and then, I always allow an hour for being off schedule. So if you're planning on eating at 3, realize it probably might happen at 2 or 4, so you have that flexibility of, and that's why, you always do, a few little appetizers in between. And I think the key piece, especially in our household, may not be in yours, is keeping John away from the oven because he has a tendency to constantly look. I said, there is a light, that on the stove that you can flip on and actually look. And I always try to position the turkey in such a way that you can see the pop-up timer. But he's just got this habit of, is it done yet? Is it done yet? And I said, as you're saying, is it done yet? You're opening up the oven and you're cooling the oven down. So you're screwing up the timing. So the key piece is to keep the oven closed. And obviously, work out the calculation on your, phone. If it's a 15, well, I'm going to do it right now. So if it's roughly, I always go under the weight. So you said it's what, almost 16 pounds?
yeah.
So I would go under. This is always good to go under. So take 15 pounds and we're going to time that times, you're not stuffing it. So we're going to times it because you're cooking it in daddy's side. That's a newer oven. So I'm going to go with 18 minutes. So that comes out to 270 minutes, divide that by 60. So roughly 4.5 hours. So I would go 4 hours as your kind of your baseline, knowing that it might not be ready, but at the 4-hour mark, it's always good at that point to double check it. But I'm going to just check it because you know what? A lot of times what I also do is double check the internet to see if the time has changed. So let's see how many, how much, let's see, how are we going to word that? Time per hour for a turkey. Because, sometimes you get different, they update it or they change it. And let's see. So what they're saying is usually 325 to 350. Higher temp may cause the meat to dry out. So you don't want to, you don't want to go much higher than that. And let's see. So what they're saying is 15 minutes. Ooh, see, it always changes. Okay, the simplest way to figure out turkey roasting time is to calculate 13 minutes per pound. Let's see, it's a good thing we checked. Otherwise, it would have been like Christmas vacation. Cut into the turkey and it's all dried out and explodes. Okay, so scratch what I said. They obviously changed the time a little bit. So it says the simplest way to figure out turkey roasting time is to calculate 13 minutes per pound at 350 degrees, For an unstuffed turkey, so that's an unstuffed turkey. That's about 3 hours for a 12 to 14 pound turkey, or 15 minutes a pound for a stuffed turkey. So 15 minutes a pound, in my case, I'm doing a stuffed turkey, but you're doing 13 minutes a pound. So let's go at 350. So you want to make sure you got that down. So 350. So we're going to say 13 minutes a pound. We're going to go back to our calculator. This is like, it's like live TV doing here, 13 of, and how we're going to cook this turkey. So that's 195 minutes divided by 60 minutes. We know there's 60 minutes in an hour. And we are going to, oops, I got to back out of that. Hold on, 195 minutes divided by 60 equals, so that would be 3 hours and a quarter. So for your turkey, and I'm basing that on 15 pounds instead of a little over, because in any event, you'd rather have it not quite done than overdone, is my rule of thought. Because you could always say, okay, I'll keep it in there for another 5 or 10 minutes kind of a thing. So I rather underestimate. So for you, 3 hours and 25 minutes.
Okay.
350 degrees. So did everyone get that now? So the new calculation, because I like to double check. If it is a unstuffed turkey, you want to do 13 minutes a pound at 350. Now, again, some people still like to go with the hot oven in the beginning for about 15, 20 minutes to a higher oven. They usually go probably about 425 to kind of baste it, get it like nice and crispy, but not, burnt, just to get that browning going with the turkey, and then turn it back to 350 degrees. So 350 degrees for 13 minutes a pound for unstuffed turkey. For a stuffed turkey, 350 degrees at 15 minutes a pound.
Okay, so I got quite the lesson on turkey care, giblets and whatnot. Like, what do people do with that stuff in the turkey that you take out?
Believe it or not, some people do eat it. They chop it up, saute it, and add it to the stuffing. I've never done that. Like, there's body parts, they gotta go. It's a turkey body parts, gotta go. So a lot of people, it's a delicacy for some people. For me, there's a reason why it's bagged. So if it's bagged, it's gotta go. So, and now I want to get the correct example of exactly what that is, because I just think it's, I don't know. I know it's giblets. I don't know if there's more to it than that. Let's see. Hold on. My phone is not operating. Okay. What giblets and what inside of a turkey? Giblets and what is inside of a turkey? I don't know if it's like little livers or inside of turkey. I can't remember. Mama used to always tell me, okay, yes, here we go. I get the full description. Giblets. Okay, so the correct terminology is giblets. Comprised of the heart, gizzard, liver, and neck of the chicken or turkey. They are often found in a small bundle inside the cavity of the whole bird. You can make gravy from the giblets of either a turkey or a chicken, though I think it's more usual with a turkey. So yeah, you can use the liver and the neck of the turkey. So it's that long piece is the neck of the turkey. So I don't know. Obviously people must make gravy out of it. I've never done that. I'm not sure that I ever could. I know the little lizard, the liver and stuff like that, that's all in a bag. But the neck almost looks like a pipe. And I immediately just throw it out. But I guess some people do. We could ask our audience, do you use the giblets, the turkey parts inside of the turkey? Do you use that for gravy? Do you use it to saute it and kind of add it to your stuffing? I don't know. If it's bagged, it's got to go.
It's bagged, it's got to go. I'm thinking of that song, Got to Bag It Up. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. Tommy doesn't need those parts. I don't know. Tommy's, and that's the other key thing. What are you going to name your turkey? A lot of people, we always name our turkey.
Yeah, no.
No.
I'll ask Princess Ray Ray and Jetty Jed what they think we should name the turkey.
Absolutely. You always got to name it. So, we've had Timmy, we've had Tommy, we have had Johnny. I think one year we had Frankie, just They're all usually a male name. It's never a female's name. It's always a male name.
Interesting.
Kind of adds to the flavor. And then we're going to try some new things this year, some new activities. We're going to be doing Thanksgiving charades. And we might do Thanksgiving bingo. Of course, we're going to do the Uno, of course. And I think we might do a little karaoke, maybe some, the charades. So, we're going to have some forced family fun activities. What are you going to be doing for this Thanksgiving for activities? And are you on track to know that you've triumphed over something to make your week run more smoothly? A lot of people are starting to pack up. They're getting that last minute shopping done. They're starting to set the table. Today, I've got some different things that I'm making that has nothing to do with cooking. So I'm going to be working on those pieces today. So, whatever you're triumphing over, make sure that you add some humor to it. Like we were just talking about the body parts inside of Timmy, Tommy, Frankie, Johnny, whatever you're, George, or whoever you're going to call your turkey. And, add some humor to it, because even in the heat of the moment of that frustration, God, I can't speak today, frustration and or confusion and or, as much as you're trying to be on task and being organized, have a sense of humor.
Yes, a sense of humor is good. And as you were talking about the stuff inside the turkey, you mentioned gravy. I'm like, oh, that's one thing that I didn't even think of. So I got to add that to my list. Just didn't think of it. Well,
all else fails, there is the jarred gravy. I think it's by Heinz. And in a pinch, what I like to do with that, if I don't have time, which, that's not going to be the case. Claudine and Mike always help with the gravy. You can use the Heinz gravy. They do have a turkey gravy, and just add the juices from the pan of the turkey in that, and maybe a little bit, brown a little bit of flour and add a little flour to it. In a pinch, you can do that. But you know how to make gravy?
No, I've never made it before.
Okay. Well, you could Google any recipe. The easiest, just browning the flour. And, obviously, you could do it with gluten-free flour. Just brown that up. And then you keep browning it, and then you slowly start adding the juices of the turkey from the pan. Some people like to add a little, like a browning sauce. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. Add a little of that, some spices. It's very simple to do. Mine always comes out lumpy, so I depend on other people to make it. And if I'm on a pinch and I don't have time, that's what I do. I'll buy, the jarred gravy, and then I just add a little flour. I, brown the flour, add that to that, and add some of the turkey juice, and it's good.
Oh, all right. That sounds easy enough. I think I can handle that.
Yeah.
And on that note, helpful tips. Oh boy, I can't speak on this Triumph Tuesday. What are you triumphing over? What is your favorite turkey dish? What is your favorite gravy type of mix? Or do you make it yourself? Obviously, we know Sandy makes all of her stuff so homemade. So I'll have to take a double look at that too. But on that note, my name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, on this Triumph Tuesday with Two
Sisters, and this is Carol, so aka Naughty Boss, about to get some more pre-Thanksgiving stuff going on today. I'm really excited. Embrace the holidays. Remember, the present is being in the present, having fun with your family and your friends. Do some fun games, and we're going to kind of give you some tricks of the trade all week long. We're super excited, and we want you to have a great day. Whatever you're triumphing over, you've got this. Believe that you can do it, and you're going to get it done. We will see you tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.